this is general observations about companies and financial remedy proceedings. What we're talking about here are private companies, not PLCs. And whatever the size or complexity of these companies, it is a financial resource. It can either be a capital resource or an income resource, or quite frequently both, but they're financial resources that the court should take into consideration. Now, in real life, it's impossible to put a definitive value on a company unless it's sold. It's a bit like a family home. You never know exactly what it's worth until it's sold. But in the case of a company, it's far, far, far more difficult to fix on any value. There's a much far wider range of potential value than there is in a piece of real estate. So, in relation to the value, there's no readily available market on which to sell shares in private companies. And in most cases, the sale won't be imposed by the court because that will often stop the family's main source of income. So that means that even where you have an expert valuation, you must remember it's only ever a ballpark figure. There's no such thing as a definitive value. And later on, we'll look at some cases where there are really stark and wide different values given by different experts for the same company interests. Slide 23 is the post-separation accrual considered. This is memorable, really named, DR and UG, so drug is easy to remember this, 2023 EWFC 68, because it was a drugs manufacturer. Mr. Justice Moore, they were Danish, the parties. They married in 2004, and the marriage broke down in 2019, and he was the CEO of a drugs manufacturer, but he staged a management buyout and got 70% of the shares. And the buyout was funded by a mortgage on the home and cashing in a Danish pension. And he made a remarkable turnaround the fortune of the business. And it became incredibly valuable. But I think it was valued by a single joint expert at 87 million. And then there was a series of production problems relating to batch contamination. And the company really was under severe strain. To the extent that the husband advised the wife she might have to go on welfare benefits. But then that was resolved and it was revalued at 290 to 350 million, and then it was sold. And the judge accepted that the company had been meltdown for a period of time and then recovered and was sold for an enormous amount of money.